How are we going to fight this SEC battle? Well, us crypto bull bros, we're going to do it one way next. That article, as well as, guess what? Twitter is full of information out there about Gary Gensler, his hairline, and his background. But we're also going to throw in Jay Clayton into that garbage mixer right there and go over some of the bad things that he did as well. All today on OG Crypto and NFTs. Welcome, everyone. My name is Troy, and every day we go over blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, and the scumbag named Gary Gensler. But today we're not going to go over NFTs because we need to make an NFT of that guy. All right, before we jump into this, do me a favor, hit that like button because you're going to like what I have to say because I'm going to get down and dirty into what's really happening out there. Boom, let's cue it up, right? Let's actually cue the fireworks. Can we get some fireworks in here? Boom, boom, boom. Twitter Spaces. We had a lot of good names on here, but we also had a lot of bad names. But let's go here. Kim.com is one of my favorite people to listen to. This guy he's always telling me, he's always telling everyone he's scared of his life. He's like hiding, he has a wife, he has kids. And it's funny because he just drops truth bombs of things that you would never expect this guy to know. He knows, he's connected, God knows how. All right, let's go listen to him first. Boom, QKim.com.
The key to winning the crypto war that the US government has unleashed now is utilization. Speculation needs to be a sideshow, and utilization needs to become the focus of the crypto community. And once we achieve that, there's no shutting it down.
Oh, so you're saying that utility matters, Kim, and all the speculation doesn't matter. Well, let's go over a couple of people that are on the panel here that all they care about is speculation. The pump and dumper is Rand Neuter. Hey, you win, Rand. You're the biggest pump and dumper out there. You are the last person to promote anything to do with utility. You can't wait to go after and promote all those pump and dumps. Hey, how about that Luna call? Hey, how about that Phantom call? Hey, how about the Solana call? Hey, how about telling us that Signature Bank was not going down in December and it crashes down every step of the way afterwards? This guy is one of the worst, but he continues to say how bad all the utility tokens are, especially XRP. If he would listen to what's going on, then maybe he would make an objective a decision on what he's going to talk about, but he'll never do it because he's not being paid by utility companies because those utility coins only want. So thank you, Kim.com, for throwing down the truth there. All right, next article here. Binance Lawyers allege SEC Chairman Gensler offered to serve as an advisor to crypto company in 2019. Wow, what a joke, man. Is Gary Gensler back in 2019 was with MIT, it's Massachusetts Institution of Technology. And what's funny about MIT is that when he was there, he said that the majority of cryptocurrencies were commodities and not, and I repeat, not securities. It only took him a couple of years later and a lot of influence by all the bank bros and the big financial institutions to tell him that's not your narrative, bro. That's not your narrative. The second that FTX got caught and the blue team got all their donations pulled from them, all of a sudden Gensler was activated and started attacking everyone. But his past continues to hurt him as he was a pro. He was very pro-crypto, and now he's like the anti-crypto warlord next to Elizabeth Warren. All right, so here we go. This is kind of comical. So Gensler finally comes out in his first public remarks directed on the SEC's enforcement actions. Gensler says crypto firms know exactly how to register, they just don't want to. Come on, man. Come on. Then tell us how to register. Tell them how to register. Coinbase just came out yesterday with a short giving out facts. And in those facts, they said they tried to meet up with Gary Gensler to go over their exchange 30 times. 30 times. The best they ever got was the best they ever got was they were able to get on a Zoom call with Gary Gensler, and they said he was icy cold. He wouldn't answer any questions. He wouldn't tell you what's a security or not. So if we know exactly how to register, we should know exactly what is a commodity and what's a security. We should know exactly what is happening out there. We also know that Gensler had said after confirmation back in 2021 that all the crypto exchanges should be regulated by the government, and the government should come out with rules of road, not the SEC. A year and a half, two and a half years later, boom, he's the one again going back on his word. Everything this guy says has only been a narrative towards what he's being told to do. And when the narrative shifts, everyone above him are not the ones that look stupid. He looks stupid. This is a very, very foolish man. All right, crypto law came out, and this is what he said about. This is very interesting. So Gary Gensler had tweeted out on June 6th, Coinbase's alleged failures deprive investors of crucial protections, including rule books that prevent fraud and manipulation, proper disclosure, safeguards against conflicts of interest, and routine inspection by the SEC. Okay? There were so many people out there that said that this tweet was not the truth, that Twitter came out and it says readers added context they thought people might want to know. Coinbase has repeatedly attempted to get guidance and included the SEC. Recently, Coinbase has had to sue the SEC to attempt to get a simple clarity over the issues that this tweet alleges Coinbase is guilty of. How funny are you getting so many people saying that whatever Gary Gensler opens his mouth, it's never the truth, because there's so much proof of the opposite. And now Twitter is coming out. I've never even seen this before. Producer Emi, have you seen this before on Twitter?
No.
Never. No, we don't. It's because the biggest liar is the guy that's non-elected official sitting at the SEC. All right, next article. This is from Digital Perspectives. This is Brad Kynes. Thank you, Brad Kynes, again for XRP Las Vegas. Here's his take. Makes me wonder if Coinbase's stand against the SEC refusing to stop staking service is a legal game of chicken. Think of it. Coinbase is essentially an ERC20 token listing factory. What does that mean? That means Ethereum-based tokens, that's all they've been pumping out. The majority of everything is Ethereum-based. In fact, the head of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, used to have a .eth email, or that's what he used to identify himself. Of course, it all disappeared. Let me read on. If you think ETHgate, him and emails were just imagine what kind of emails Coinbase may have. Otherwise, why not just relist XRP? So what is he basically saying here, right? He's basically calling out Coinbase and Brian Armstrong and saying, you didn't delist XRP because you thought that the SEC felt it was security. You, sir, were told by Ethereum and all their cronies, AZ16, Cromwell, all of those law firms, all surrounding the Ethereum Foundation, Joseph Lubin, all of them. You were told by them to delist it. Okay, you were not told by the SEC, or you haven't shown internal documents that it was just a discussion between you and your legal department. No, we want to see those now as a XRP holder and the XRP army. What are we talking about here? Here, Bill Morgan says this ends the myth. This ends the myth that Coinbase ceased XRP trading because it was a regulated public company with duties to shareholders, and XRP was treated differently because Ripple was actually sued, whereas issuers of other tokens the SEC calls securities have not been sued. So he's basically saying, well, guess what? The SEC keeps saying that all these tokens are securities, but Coinbase doesn't delist them. They've only delisted that one, XRP. So we don't think that it actually was because of that. We think that the Ethereum Foundation and all the law firms surrounding it that was part of the Hinman speech and Hinman emails, they are the ones that influenced Coinbase to delist XRP. So why not relist XRP today? Why not, Brian Armstrong? We keep getting on you for it. Right now, we have the best chance of beating the SEC, and right now, you're years away from even coming close to beating them. In fact, your best, very, very best chance of beating them is somewhere there's legislation in Congress that gets passed through the House and the Senate, and you're talking about Biden's bib, actually signing off on it, which he probably won't anyways. So check that out, unless something crazy happens and they throw in all kinds of other crap into the bill. All right, let's go on to my last one. This is from Cowboy Crypto. This connects the dots even further, going over all the slimy SEC commissioners. The last commissioner was Jay Clayton. We know that he's going to be under fire here when the Hinman emails come out next Tuesday. He's the one that 2 days before he leaves the SEC, he drops the Ripple case, the Ripple lawsuit. He's the one that met with Ripple on multiple occasions and didn't tell him it was a security. He's the one that actually signed off on several different companies that were partnering with Ripple and XRP, and he signed off on them. But yet he's the one that the second he left, he went to Ethereum and Bitcoin-based companies. Let's go read what this says. Jay Clayton left Sullivan Cromwell after suing Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, and ends up at Apollo. So he becomes on the board of Sullivan Cromwell, okay, after suing it. So he goes to Ethereum and Bitcoin Pro law firm. He leaves that law firm and ends up at Apollo, who again is a pro Ethereum law firm, as well as a VC, who is involved in a $300 million round for Miston Labs, led by FTX, along with AZ16, Bill Hinman, that's Bill Hinman's part of that law firm, Lightspeed, and Coinbase Ventures. Guys, what's going on here? You're telling me that you're not even checking up on your partners to see if they're even legal? Come on, this doesn't make any sense. Actually, it makes sense. Scammers are all hanging out with scammers, and this is the name that somehow keeps popping up over and over. Kevin O'Leary. You can connect them to FTX. You can connect them to Solana. You can connect them to, keep going on and on and on in this space. And he's the one that's been calling Coinbase out for suing the SEC. I think that was an actual right move. I think Kevin O'Leary's looking after himself and not after anyone else. And now today he's calling all these cryptocurrencies securities. The ones that he made money off of when he could pump and dump it, which he's all part of it. Now he's the one that's mad because FTX dropped $15 million out of his checking account because they went bankrupt. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. I know this is a crazy, crazy time, and a lot of things are being uncovered from years ago and are starting to make sense now. What happened at the SEC and all the corruption that happened there, that continues to happen there. We need to get someone in there that's good. I think Hester Pierce had said it last month. She said there was no way to register at all from any cryptocurrency or crypto exchange. I think she seems to be the fairest person there, and I wouldn't mind seeing her head of the SEC. I think she'll run out all the rats, including the biggest rat needs to be evicted by Congress. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. You guys take care. Later.